Hello. All right. Next segment, guys, we're going to be talking about override. We're going to be talking about when you can override Atrium, when you cannot override Atrium, and how to override Atrium. So we have got Caitlin's record pulled up again. We're getting kind of familiar with Caitlin, and she has 3 books checked out right now. You guys know that the limit of books you can have checked out at HTMS Library is 3. So she's got 3 checked out. And we're going to try and check out a 4th one to her. So I've grabbed another book. We're going to try and check it out. And we're going to pretend that Caitlin comes up and wants to check out this book. Okay. Now, normally, since we can only check out 3, if she puts in her number and her record comes up and you see it, you're first glancing to see if you see anything the color red or orange. On her record, I don't see anything red. And let's say that I don't catch that she already has 3 books checked out. So I go ahead and I try to check out the book to her. So I'm going to go ahead and scan it like I normally do. Go ahead and scan. And you know what? It did not go in the queue. Everybody looked down in the queue. It's not there. This may happen to you. I'm glad this happened. If you are not clicked inside our box, then the barcode's not going to go in the box. If this ever happens, go over to your box, click inside the box, and now you'll see my cursor's inside my box. Now I can try and scan it again, and the barcode should show up in the box. It did. Now I look down in the queue. It's down in the queue, and I'm ready to join it to her record by clicking on the checkout box. So let me do that real quick, and let's see what Atrium does. All right, well, I see a red message. Atrium says this is a failure, and the reason for that is she already has 3 books checked out. Okay, so in this circumstance, what you would say to Caitlin is, hey, Caitlin, you already have 3 books checked out. Are you finished with one of those? Is it in your locker? Bring it on back, and then when you bring it back, I can check this book out to you. She can go and get one and bring it back, okay? There are some circumstances, there are 3 circumstances that you can override what Atrium said and check out a book, an additional book to Caitlin, or override what Atrium is saying, right? Normally, you will never override what Atrium says. Normally, you will never override what Atrium says, but there are 3 circumstances that you can. Circumstance number 1, Miss Brockman tells you that you can override. So the very first few times that this happens, check with me. Just check with me. Keep checking with me until you start figuring out, okay, this is a circumstance I can't do this. So you know not even to ask, right? But sometimes I do have special circumstances worked out with people. Maybe I've got something worked out with Caitlin where she can check out a 4th book, okay? So that might be a circumstance, but check with me. Sometimes I may give permission for that. Circumstance number 2, it's a teacher, and that teacher has a book that's overdue. Okay, so think about my account. If you'll remember, my account had all those books checked out, and I had 2 books that were overdue. If I came up and wanted to check out another book, we let teachers do whatever they need to do. Okay, they've got a lot on their plate, so we do what they need to do. If a teacher needs to check out and they have a reason in their account that Atrium is saying no, we say yes. So we will override for a teacher. The 3rd circumstance that we will override is if a student has all the books checked out that they want to check out. They've got 3 checked out, and they want to check out a computer science kit. If they want to check out a computer science kit, we override and let them do that if mom and dad have given permission, and we'll talk about all of that later, okay? So for now, let's just talk about how to override. So over here, Atrium has said no. We're going to try and say yes. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is click inside this override box. That's right here. We'll click in the box. And then I'm going to go down to the buttons, and it's time for me to click one of the buttons. So I can also click select all if I want to do that, and it'll put a check mark in the box for you. But then you're going to click override selected warnings. And when you do that, Atrium, you'll hear the little fairy sound, and Atrium will go ahead and check out whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click the box. It'll go ahead and do the fairy sound, and then it's saying it was a success. So let's check her record and see if we see 4 books. We do see 4 books. And I do see that now the number 4 is in the color red on her record because Atrium knows you're only supposed to check out 3. So it's just kind of letting us know there, hey, there's something a little wrong. We've got 4 checked out. So again, anything red on the record, always look for that stuff. Okay. So that is how to override and when to override and when not to override. Usually you will never override unless it's one of those 3 reasons. All right.